8 people brutally murdered in their beds. No suspect, no answers. The Villisca Axe Murders haunt Iowa to this day. Welcome back to Tales of Horror. Tonight I'm taking you to a small farming town where an entire family was slaughtered in their sleep, and over a century later, the killer has never been found. It was June 9, 1912, in the quiet town of Villisca, Iowa. The Moore family had just returned from their Presbyterian church's Children's Day program. Josiah and Sarah Moore, along with their 4 children, Herman, Catherine, Boyd, and Paul, had invited 2 neighborhood girls to spend the night. 8-year-old Ina Stillinger and her 12-year-old sister Lena had helped prepare for the church service that evening. They arrived at the Moore house around 10 p.m., excited for their sleepover. None of them knew they had less than 2 hours to live. Sometime between midnight and 5 a.m., a killer entered the Moore house. Armed with Josiah's own axe, they moved methodically through the home. The attack began in the master bedroom, where Josiah and Sarah were bludgeoned to death in their sleep. The killer then moved to the children's room, striking each child with the blunt end of the axe. Finally, they entered the guest room, where the Stillinger sisters lay sleeping. The next morning, neighbor Mary Peckham noticed something was wrong. The Moore family was always up early for farm chores, but the house remained eerily silent, with all curtains drawn tight. When Josiah's brother Ross arrived with a key, they discovered a scene of unimaginable horror. All 8 victims had been brutally murdered, their faces so severely damaged they were nearly unrecognizable. The investigation was a complete disaster. Before police could secure the scene, hundreds of curious townspeople trampled through the house, contaminating evidence and destroying potential clues. Despite numerous suspects and false confessions, no one was ever convicted. The case remains one of America's most infamous unsolved murders. But perhaps most disturbing were the ritualistic elements the killer left behind. Every mirror in the house had been covered with clothing, and a slab of bacon was placed next to the murder weapon, suggesting the killer had spent considerable time in the house after the murders. Today, the Villisca Axe Murder House still stands, and visitors report intense paranormal activity. People hear children's laughter echoing through empty rooms, footsteps on the stairs and whispers in the darkness. Shadowy figures are seen moving through the house, particularly in the children's bedroom where 4 young lives were taken. Those brave enough to spend the night report feeling watched, hearing the sound of an axe striking wood, and experiencing sudden temperature drops. Many flee before dawn, unable to shake the feeling that something malevolent still roams those halls. Over a century later, the horror of that night remains trapped within those walls, where 8 innocent people met their brutal end, and their killer walks free.